Good morning, living sugar-free sweethearts. This is Andréa Raquel, the sugar-free coach and social entrepreneur. You're listening to Andréa in the Morning, living sugar-free. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. I'm broadcasting via Spreaker this morning. I am planning to do this on a regular basis. Why this platform? Well, I like it, and I got a nice little notice that said if I didn't broadcast something, my account was going to be deleted. Imagine that. I actually have followers on this platform. Shame on me for not keeping you all updated. You all know that you can find me everywhere around the net. All you need to do is follow me at www.seeme.com/Andréa Raquel. And that's see me spelled with an X, as in xylophone. Thanks so much for tuning in if you're listening. I don't know really how this platform works. I've only recorded one show here before, but I really like the evolution. Social media has come such a long way since I started, and there are so many things that we can do. I do a YouTube video here and there and every now and then. Of course, you all know that I often talk about not being a slave to your hair and not being a slave to fashion and not being a slave to image and how you look and what your environment is and not having the perfect camera and the perfect environment and so on and so forth. But reality is, women are going to be women, and unless we look the way that we want to look, not so much worried about how you look, how you think we look, but so that we're happy with ourselves, we're not going to be comfortable. So I prefer to do a regular broadcast here on Spreaker where I don't have to worry about if the environment is exactly right and the cameras are exactly right, and if I don't have to record it myself. Of course, I'm a trained broadcaster, and I'm a radio show host by training, so this is more comfortable to me. I can sit on my balcony, which I'm doing right now, with my leg hanging over the chair, and I haven't done my hair yet for the day or anything like that, so I just want to share my thoughts with you all. There's a lot going on with me right now. Of course, I'm traveling, as many of you know. I've had a couple of family emergencies and been dealing with some illness with key members of my family, and thank you all so much for your support and your prayers. But how many of you know that it doesn't really matter what the doctors say? It doesn't really matter what the outcome is. What's supposed to happen is exactly what's going to happen, and we have to learn to deal with those things and move on. Life doesn't stop because people are sick. Life does not stop because people die. And, of course it's hard. Of course we're going to be sad. But I've always been of the mindset that it's selfish for me to wish someone else would have to have a longer, more painful, more stressful life just so that I don't have to live without them. I don't know if you can agree with that, if you can understand that. I know people have been through a lot of loss, and I personally have been through loss and death since I was about 12 years old, and maybe you might say that's easy for you to say, but it's never easy. It's not easy. It's just a choice and a decision that I have made. I shed my tears, and, I pray, and I meditate, and I encourage myself, and I try to encourage others and family members. And then I pick myself up and I move on, because there's someone else who's going through something that, they may be standing on the encouraging words that I share. And if I fall off and decide to stop encouraging people, well, that person's left hanging. So I just wanted to share that with you. Don't worry and don't fret for me. I'm going to be okay. And if you should have to go through it, then I'm going to encourage you when you're going through it. And that's why they say iron sharpens iron. Right now, I am outside, so you may hear some trees being grinded, and there was a bad storm a few days ago, and they're still clearing the trees that are down. You may hear some buses and some traffic. I love being in the city, and I love people watching, and I've seen so many interesting and exciting things and tried to share them with you all on my travels. Couch surfing with Andrea, we'll call this. We'll call this season and time. So what else do I have to share with you all today? Of course, I'm going to get a little bit more scripted. I just kind of decided to do this off the cuff and just make it live. And I think that I recently told you all that when I post from now on, I'm going to do a lot more ad lib and just on the spot and share my thoughts with you. I hope that you will enjoy this as much as you may enjoy some of the more scripted things that we do. But it's good just to be genuine and just to share what's honestly going on, I believe. So I want to talk about living sugar-free, and I want to talk about what that is because it's very, very relevant for me right now, and maybe it'll help you. Of course, living sugar-free is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And what that means is we live, we work, and we play at everything we do. That means that when I'm living my everyday life, I'm not going out of my way to, be active. I'm not going out of my way to eat certain things. I'm not going out of my way to have to do random acts of kindness. Because if I just live and I have the right intentions in my heart and I'm open and I'm free to whatever the universe has to share with me, I'm open to receive that, then guess what? I'm going to have the right food. I'm going to choose the right food. I'm going to have the right activities. And I'm going to have opportunities to be a blessing to others. I'm going to have an opportunity to motivate others. I'm going to have an opportunity to share my testimony and my story with someone else who needs to hear it. So, I don't have to make a big deal when I'm with other people and they're treating and say, oh, I can't eat here, or oh, you have to give me this food or that food. No, gratitude says if you want to treat me, for dinner or lunch or what have you, I'm going to make the most of it. I will find something that I can eat on that menu. If you cook a meal for me and it's slathered in cheese, guess what? I'm going to scrape the cheese off. Or if I've been living sugar-free, I haven't been eating a bunch of cheese and sugar, I might be able to eat that cheese and it's not going to affect me negatively. You may be faithful and you might not ever eat cheese. I'm not telling you to do so. I'm not telling you to do that. What I'm saying is that if you live with the right intentions and you have the right attitude, you're going to attract what you need at all times. I'm going to be active. I'm going to take the stairs instead of the elevator, and I'm gonna, when I have an opportunity to get out, guess what? Whether it be at church or at a nightclub, I'm gonna move my feet and I'm gonna dance and I'm gonna clap and I'm gonna have a good time. Because guess what? I'm burning calories. I'm giving a positive vibe to everyone around. I'm making whoever that speaker or performer is feel like they're doing a good job and they're not wasting their time. And all of those things are enriching my life and enriching the lives of the people around me. That's healthy living, y'all. Guess what? I don't have to go out of my way to find charities or, go and, do a bunch of extracurricular activities because everywhere I go, there's an opportunity to be a blessing to someone. There's opportunities for, kind words and to give a ride to someone that's in need and, to give $1 even if it's on the street. Volunteer your time if there's an organization that is near and dear to your heart. That saying I gave at the office is such a great saying because if you incorporate what we're talking about into your everyday living, you will be able to say I gave at the office. You don't have to feel guilty because you don't give every homeless person money. You don't have to feel guilty and send money to every charity that comes in your mailbox. But you should incorporate paying it forward into your life and into who you are and make it part of what you do. That way it doesn't have to be a major thing. It can be a no-brainer and it's just part of who you are. That's living sugar-free. I'm going to be doing a contest very, very soon where I'm actually giving away an entire month of living sugar-free coaching. Each week we're going to focus on a different thing. You're going to get 3 weeks of coaching via Google Hangout with me, absolutely free. And I decided I was going to launch the contest today, but there's a lot going on, as I said. And living sugar-free, yes, we have a plan, and yes, we hope for the best, but we plan for the worst. And if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And after that, you get over it when things don't work out. You move on when your circumstances aren't perfect. You record anyway when you can't be in your studio. That's living sugar-free. It's not all about perfection. It's not all about your blog being exactly perfect and not having typos. It's not all about your video being exactly right. And it's not all about your social media plan being perfect. Don't believe the hype. Living sugar-free is about you living your best life, you living well, you living healthy, and you doing the absolute best you can do. Yeah, there's a bunch of noise going on. They're cutting the grass where I am. I bet you can still hear me. I know you can still hear me because I can see, this is why I love Spreaker. I can actually see the sound as I'm speaking, and I can see the sound quality, and I know that what you're getting is mostly my voice. So I'm not going to worry about that, and I hope that you won't either. I hope that you will enjoy this journey with me. I hope that you will learn and live and really, really feel and experience through me and through my willingness to share no matter what, that just it's not that serious, and you need to learn how to turn your work into play. That's why I say we live, work, play at everything we do. Don't set yourself up for a job that you are already dreading. You're going to be miserable, and you're not going to do a good job of it. Tell people no if someone makes an offer to you and it doesn't line up with your values or what it is you want to do. Set standards and set boundaries for yourself. Doesn't mean that you always have to abide by them. Sometimes you're going to throw your standards and your boundaries out the window just because you got a good feeling about something. But these are things and these are guidelines that you can set for yourself so that you can feel comfortable being yourself and live your best life. If you're building a brand, don't fit yourself into a box, because guess what? You're not going to be successful. You're only going to be successful when you can completely give all of who you are to that thing. And square pegs do not fit in round holes. So we're going to stop doing that. All of my living sugar-free sweethearts, we're going to commit right now that we're going to stop trying to fit ourselves into a box that we do not fit in. We're not square, and we don't fit inside of square packages. You can't wrap me up in a box and put wrapping paper around it and tie a bow on it and make it all neat and perfect the way you want it to be, or the way that makes you feel comfortable, because then I'm going to be uncomfortable. And we should both be comfortable. You should be able to be all of who you are, and I should be all of who I am. It doesn't matter if sometimes you offend me. It doesn't matter if sometimes you make me uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if I like everything about you. All of those are things for me to get over. And you have to get over the things about me that make you uncomfortable. You have to get over being offended by me. You have to get over not liking me. Because if you don't, there's going to be something that you're going to miss. I might have exactly the word that you need to hear for today. I might be the person that's going through exactly what you're going through and has exactly what you need to hear. But you might miss it because you're so caught up in the fact that you don't like my hair, or you don't like my skin color, or you don't like the fact that, I'm not this perfect holier-than-thou Christian, or the fact that, I'm American, or whatever the thing is. Who cares? Get over it. Every single person on this planet has a purpose, and every single person on this planet, is valuable. And if there is someone that is part of your life and that is meant to be part of your life, it's for a reason, and we don't always get to decide. So if you're a bird of a feather, if I'm a bird of a feather, and we're connected together for whatever reason, let's honor that, and let's make the most of it, and let's value it. I'm only going to do 15 minutes today. I hope this has been valuable for you. I want to touch on one more thing before I go. Stop eating things that are detrimental to your health. If you know that you need to cut out some things in your diet, do it now. No excuses. It's not funny anymore. It's not cute, and I'm going to start calling you out. Stop posting food porn, y'all. Stop it. Food porn is cute if it's healthy and if it's life.